biggest supporters for your third stimulus check came out in favor of the monetary policy, which supports a third stimulus check, a fourth stimulus check, and potentially a fifth stimulus check. I have all those details and more. His statements came at an inroads as people were wondering what would happen as rising prices are permeating across this economy. Milk and eggs are going up, gas is going up, things cost more money. It's the concern of what's called inflation. But minutes ago, one of the biggest and most important people on the subject spoke about it, and it was all very good news about your stimulus. Elsewhere, new news today about how to determine whether you get a stimulus check. A new report clarifies the issues about receiving the stimulus check. And finally, Johnson & Johnson, major new announcement, says that it can deliver a lot of shots in a lot of time, in a very short period of time, for your COVID vaccine. I have all these incredible great details on a Big Mornings LATE broadcast live from Los Angeles, and let's get right to the details. The details start this morning with the big testimony before Congress by Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve. He has been singularly the most important advocate for your stimulus. He has consistently said the same script when it's come to stimulus checks and stimulus packages. He said it for the second stimulus package, the first stimulus package, and is now saying it for the third stimulus package. His message is consistent with my message, and it's also consistent with Janet Yellen, who of course was former head of the Federal Reserve herself and is now Treasury Secretary to Joe Biden. What has been Powell's statements coming into today? He has said that you need a third stimulus check, you need a robust third stimulus package, and you need to continue to provide stimulus to this economy because of something called economic disparity. He looks at the economy and he says, yeah, housing market may be doing well. Yes, certain parts of the economy, certain industries may be doing well. But the lower income producing part of the lower income producing households that make less than $45,000 have not rebounded from this economy. That's what we often call the K-shaped curve. You don't want a K-shaped curve. K-shape refers to the bottom part of the K where the middle class falls into poverty because they were struggling before and then they go into a worse situation, whereas the rich get richer. We're not in a K-shaped recovery currently, thank goodness, but the concern is that low-income individuals or lower producing households, less than $45,000 to $50,000, have not gotten their jobs back, have not been reemployed. We look at the long-term unemployment number, more about that in a second, and that their rebound has not occurred. On a separate side of the economic spectrum has been the bond market. The bond market in the last few days has been rallying through the sky, and that is because they think that there is incredible growth happening. They think the economy is on a growth spur, that everything is rebounding really fast. And they're looking at price inflation. Your eggs are going up, your milk is going up, and your gas is going up. So the bond market has raised interest rates substantially. Thank you, Cheryl, for the super chat in recent days. And so coming into today's meeting, Jerome Powell had an issue. His issue is, what does he say about that bond market that keeps on raising interest rates, thinking that it's fine to raise rates based upon increasing costs of goods? Or should Jerome Powell say nothing about the subject matter? He was between a rock and a hard place. And what path did he choose? He chose a very good path that was very clear minutes ago. The economy is a long way from our employment and inflation goals, and it's likely to take some time for substantial further progress to be achieved, Jerome Powell said before the Senate Banking Committee. It's day one of a two-day hearing. Tomorrow's before the House. This is huge. He basically says that the economic factors that the bond market has been looking at are off. He says you got it wrong, basically. He said we haven't rebounded well. We have not had broad stroke rebound. You're seeing little spots of the economy that are doing well. we do not have substantial progress achieved. We have not reached our employment goals or our inflation goals. And so you've gotten it wrong. It's actually a wonderful statement for your stimulus. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check, whether you're an individual or adult or minor. Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You're getting a $1,400 stimulus check in the third stimulus package. Whether you're an individual, adult, single, or adult dependent, whether you're on SSI or SSDI, everyone's getting $1,400. But the viewers of this channel understand under the third stimulus package, you're generally going to get about $5,000 to $10,000. All viewers of this channel are going to get about $5,000 to $10,000 in the third stimulus package, because in addition to the stimulus check, you're going to get rent, utilities, food, and internet. All the viewers of this channel qualify at minimum for those 4 items on top of the stimulus check. Those 4 items amount to about $5,000 to $10,000. Those 4 items are not automatic. You have to apply for them. They're on top of your stimulus check, and they bring you about $5,000 to $10,000. But is there another stimulus package after this? There is. We know that. President Biden and Nancy Pelosi have confirmed there's a 4th stimulus package. But is there a 5th stimulus package? Well, there very well might be. Jerome Powell says the Fed remains committed to using our full range of tools to support the economy and help ensure the recovery from this difficult period will be as robust as possible. This is huge. This is huge for stimulus, because people always ask me, where's the mindset? Are they just sort of pushing out a bill and then going on their way and we're never going to hear about stimulus anymore? Oh, no, 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 no. He's making very clear that the situation as we start the new morning is that we have not had enough stimulus in this economy, that the Federal Reserve has to use its tools. Now, the Federal Reserve has tools, Congress has tools, the president has tools. Everyone has tools to do something with the economy. They can't all use each other's tools. Your tools, my tools. Don't get in my toolbox. They all have different tools. But the point is that they're using the tools, and they're saying, we're far away from stopping using our tools. That's huge. If the Federal Reserve, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, the top economists in the country say he is far away from stop using his tools to help bolster this economy, that means a lot of stimulus is coming your way. This is the big, huge news that you've been waiting to hear. Let me recap at the 8-minute mark, because it's a lot to digest. It's a lot to digest because you have different people coming from different directions. What's been going on is, in recent days, some people have been saying, there is so much growth in the economy. We're doing so well. Everyone's growing. Everything is getting big. Everyone's opening up. Everyone's doing good. Jerome Powell said, no, you're not. You're wrong. His opening remark is, no, you're wrong. You might be doing well, but 30% of this economy is people who make less than $40,000. They're not doing well. They're not doing well. You're seeing sporadic little parts of the economy that are doing well. We do not see broad stroke economic recovery. You're wrong. That was item number 1. Number 2, he says, just because that person over there is doing well doesn't mean I'm going to stop using my tools to get money to people who need assistance across economic disparity. He spoke a lot about economic disparity, and I'm going to get to that in a second. He said the pandemic has left a significant imprint on inflation. Following large declines in the spring, consumer prices partially rebounded over the rest of last year. However, for some of the sectors that have been most adversely affected by the pandemic, prices remained particularly soft. Overall, on a 12-month basis, inflation remains below our 2% long-run objective. Wow, this is even bigger, huge news. Now, you sit here and you wonder, okay, we talk about FPUC and the third stimulus package, $400 a week, from March to August. PUI and UI extended from March to August. We talk about an EIDL grant of $5,000. We talk about children, 6 years and 5 years and younger, getting $3,600 plus $1,400. We talk about 17-year-olds to 6-year-olds getting $3,000 but $1,400. Hazard pay workers getting $1,500 earned income tax credit. We talk about all these little things and we wonder, is this it? Is this it? No, that is not it. What's going on is that he sees that the situation still is too soft. He says over the 12-month goal of our inflation benchmark at the Federal Reserve is 2%. He says we're not even at 2%. We're way below the benchmark of the Federal Reserve, meaning we can have a lot more stimulus. We can have a lot more stimulus. This is a person who's not only saying we're not done with stimulus, he's saying we should have more stimulus. This is huge. This is really, really big. While we should not underestimate the challenges we face, developments points to an improved outlook for later this year. In particular, ongoing progress in vaccines should help speed the return to normal activities. In the meantime, we should continue to follow the advice of health experts. And then he spoke about economic inequality. I have a lot of people in the room that say, what about this group? What about that group? That's what we're talking about. I see your comments where you say, what about our group? Welcome Lynn to the family. Welcome Kim to the family. What about our group? What about our group? The important thing is that individuals are still suffering economic disparity. Individuals are still suffering economic disparity. And that economic disparity is especially clear among blacks and Hispanics and other minorities, who the unemployment rate has fallen from a pandemic high of 14.8% to 6.3%, but is still not robust enough. The housing sector has more fully recovered from the downturn, while business investment and manufacturing production has also picked up. So basically, the housing market may be better, but the rest of the industry is not doing better. And there you go. Big, incredible news at the 12-minute mark with 1,000 people in the room. Let me give you the big update before I continue on what's happening with stimulus and Johnson & Johnson. The big update on Mornings LA is I'm here, you're here, and if you have not subscribed, what are you doing? This is Mornings LA, direct from Los Angeles. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and I'm so excited you're joining me on a new morning. It is a new day and a new morning. Thank you for all the wonderful comments overnight. Last night, I delivered to you a surprise. A surprise at 3 a.m. was the return of Javita Light. And at 3:30 a.m. was the return of Blaine 66 from Tier 2. Old-time viewers absolutely sent me the most wonderful, heartfelt, hilarious comments. Some people said their stomachs were hurting them for half an hour from laughing. New-time viewers saying, what the hell just happened? New-time viewers say, what the world's happening here? What am I watching? And then Donut Guy was, of course, around the corner somewhere saying, I don't want to hear about Javita. I just want to know where my donut is. So it was so, and one viewer actually sent me a comment that was hysterical. Says, I'm loving reading the comments. Because people, thank you, Angel, for the dancing pair. Thank you, Angel, for the dancing pair. One viewer said the most hilarious comment. The comment from one of the viewers was, I'm having as much fun watching you as reading the comments. Because some of the viewers absolutely know what the world's going on, and the rest are totally confused. And they're very frustrated how confused they are. That is why we bring back old shows, so you know what this channel's about. I'm late. What's happening? What's happening is Javita Light took over Early Mornings LA with Blaine 66, and new viewers absolutely had no idea what was going on. And they absolutely got a little bit angry. They got a little bit angry. They're like, who is this? And what's going on? And I just want to know when my check is in the mail. What is this thing here? And old-time viewers were just laughing like it was a bad inside joke, which I guess it is an inside joke. I mean, that's sort of the evolution of content, is as content grows on, you're like, what's he doing? Someone explain to me what's he doing. Billy G. Joe. Welcome to the family. Everyone welcome Billy G. Joe for coming to Purple Hawk. It was like a bad inside joke at a New Year's Eve party. Everyone's laughing. You're like, what just happened? Everyone welcome Billy to the family. So if you've not subscribed, why the hell haven't you subscribed, for God's sakes? Come on, subscribe. I don't have any fancy graphic going across the screen say, ding, subscribe. Maybe I will tomorrow. Or maybe the day after. But I don't have a fancy graphic going across the screen. On a modified set. I'm on a strange camera angle with a strange lighting. This is a modified set. And my favorite comment I got yesterday, Brenda, thank you for coming, Brenda, for a poker hall. My favorite new comments I'm adoring is, I love your new set. I adore your new set. I just love your new show. I'm like, I took the surfboard out of the garage and put it on the set. This is not the new set. Not to say there was no set, but this is not the new show. I took a surfboard out of the garage and put it on the set. And everyone's like, I love the new show. If it was so easy, I would just put surfboards everywhere. If it was so easy, I would stop working on the new show like 5 weeks ago and just put a surfboard on the set. I was just, should I put a day glow llama in the background? Should I put a hologram of an alpaca in the background? I'm cracking up because people I love it. I like it too, but it was supposed to be there temporary. It was just there. I just leaned it against the wall. I literally just leaned it against the wall and it happened to be there. And people are like, oh, you're actually the camera's supposed to be this way. I can't even. So yeah. So if you have not, there's no surfing in Alabama. There's no lobsters in Kentucky. There's no surfing in Alabama, and there's no lobsters in Kentucky. But that does not stop a congressional leader from focusing on it. So if you've not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe as we surf into the new day. Subscribe and like this video. 1,200 people in the room, 400 likes. So it means that every 1 out of 2 of you are trying the surfboard position. No, stop the surfboard position and stop looking for Dayglow llamas for me to put in the set. Hit that like button. There we go. 500 likes, 1,200 people in the room. Tell everyone to get on in. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, a Calcino VIP. I'm going to be delivering you a copy of the full bill of Billy Joe and Brenda and everyone else that are new members that joined during this chat shortly after this video. All right, let's cut back to the breaking news. The 17 minutes on the chat on the video. Any chance of FPC retro coming soon? Everything has a chance. Advocacy is not dead on this channel, honey. Advocacy ain't dead here. We are not rolling over. This channel don't roll over. Any chance? Do I see anyone standing up in Congress for you about it? Not yet, although I would absolutely really push Ron Wyden. He's a very pleasant person. Be respectful to him. He seems to be the only person to really push for stuff. There's a whole thing out today, by the way. Manchin, who's a Democrat, is now voting against President Biden's cabinet nominees. I don't know what's going on. So Manchin, I don't know if he's going to change parties because it's no longer just being sort of devil's advocate. Manchin's looking like way out there at the moment. Manchin is not only being non-Democrat, non-party line, he's becoming very Republican. So I don't know what's going on with Manchin. That could impact everything with stimulus when it gets to the Senate, of course. But there's a new article out today. Manchin is really doing incredible stuff. All right, let me give you the big update, the 20-minute mark. What's going on with Powell? What I detailed earlier in this recording is Jerome Powell, the single most important person for your stimulus support, testified in day one of a 2-day hearing on Congress. First today is the Senate, tomorrow's the House, and basically said everything great you would want him to say for stimulus. The impact of his statements were that you're going to get this third stimulus package, you're going to get a fourth stimulus package, and if this economy does not improve enough, you're going to get a fifth stimulus package. His comments were that, one, that the economy, as seen by the Federal Reserve, is far different than what the bond market is looking at. In recent days, the bond market and interest rates have said, oh, this economy is doing great. We're all wonderful. We're making a lot of money. We're on growth spurt. We're all rebounding. We're doing great. God bless you. See you at the country club. Jerome Powell said, come on, what's going on? You're absolutely wrong. You're wrong. You're looking at the housing market and you're looking at maybe manufacturing. He says, you look at everyone that makes less than $45,000 a year, they're not rebounded. We do not have, we have systematic long-term unemployment. We have racial and economic disparity in the rebound, meaning those people who make less than $45,000 a year, blacks, Hispanic, minority, seniors have not been able to get reemployed, those that had jobs before. That the Federal Reserve is not stopping its policies. We're continuing our policies to bolster this economy to help rebound it. So not only did he say that the Federal Reserve is not changing its policies, he also said the rest of you are all wrong, which I just loved. He basically said you got all your data wrong. You got all your data wrong, and your head is screwed on wrong. You're focusing on your buddy with the condo development down the street. Stop focusing on your buddy who's building condos down the street. Start focusing on the mother of the single mom of 2 kids who makes less than $45,000 a year, who's struggling to pay rent. She does not have the money. She does not have her life back to normal. Your buddy building the condo building, he may be doing fine. She's not doing fine. It's absolutely incredible. It was the best comments I think I've seen from a political. Well, he's not political. From an economist in a few weeks. I'm adoring these comments. He also said that, why are you worried about inflation? Stop worrying about inflation. I'm going to say this comment probably every day for the next 3 days, is that he said, we're looking at, our goal at the Federal Reserve is 2% long-term inflation over a year. He said, we're not even near that. We're not even near that. Who said we're facing inflation? Why are you being worried about this? So there you are. Let's cut over to stimulus. A new report today gives clarity on whether you qualify for the stimulus check. The $1,400 stimulus check is based upon your adjusted gross income. I don't usually say that. I just say, how much you made. But it's actually technically your adjusted gross income. How do you figure out the adjusted gross income? It's found on line 11 of your 2020 tax return, or line 8B of your 2019 tax return. I'll say that again. If you're looking for your adjusted gross income, it's line 11 of your 2020 return, or line 8B of your 2019 tax return. Next, breaking news this morning: Johnson & Johnson announced it could deliver 20 million doses of a single-shot vaccine to the U.S. government by the end of March. This is huge. This is what an executive at Johnson & Johnson will testify tomorrow. So I have this pre-release statement obtained by LA this morning. Johnson & Johnson's Richard Needles, Vice President of Medical Affairs, will testify at a House Energy and Commerce Committee. Oh, it's actually today. I'm sorry, later today. And this is what he's saying. Assuming necessary regulatory approvals relating to the manufacturing process, our plan is to begin shipping immediately upon emergency use authorization and deliver enough single doses by the end of March to enable vaccination of more than 20 million Americans. Great news. Great news. People have asked me, how am I on my shot? And I always want to share this because I want to encourage you to get vaccinated. People ask, as you know, I got my second dose vaccination over the weekend. And that was why we had less shows one day. It's sort of obvious. And people ask me, how was it? Right after it, I was fine. That evening, that afternoon, I was fine. That night, my shoulder felt like someone had punched it. And just like someone had punched it. And then the next day, nothing. Gone. Nothing. And the day after that, nothing. So it was literally that. It was like a flu shot, because I've had flu shots where I've been sore for 2 days, but this one was about half a day. Felt like someone punched my shoulder. I don't think I met anyone there that did not feel like someone had punched them. So you feel like you don't feel initially. You feel later in the day. You feel like someone punched you on the shoulder, and then after that, after a few hours, you're done. I mean. It's like going to the casino and sirloin hits you on the shoulder. Hey, LLA, what's going on? Oh, geez, you killing me. Why'd you hit me so hard? I'm a cow. Grow up. You're a cow. I can hit you. Sirloin, you just hurt my shoulder. So it's sort of like that. It's just like when sirloin hits you on the shoulder at the casino a little too hard. That's all it was. And then after a few hours or a few discounted ice cream, you feel better. It's as simple as that. So there you go. What are you getting on the third stimulus package? What are you not getting on the third stimulus package? What are you getting on the second stimulus package? What I've been leaning on very heavily, as you've seen in recent days, is getting money right now. Not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, but money right now. You see me coming in big and strong on this. This is purple, and you're responding really well to it. What I've said to you very clearly is you can get $5,000 to $10,000 of money right now under the second stimulus package. The second stimulus package was signed into law in December. You got a $600 stimulus check in there. And then some people thought that, hello from Southwest Virginia. Hello, Billy Joe. How are you? Thank you for joining, Billy Joe. The good news is that that people who got the $600 stimulus check from the second stimulus package said, I'm done. I'm like, what do you mean you're done? There's a lot of other stuff in there. Let me go over the stuff that's in there, and I'm going to tell you broadly the numbers, and I want you to join me this afternoon on Purple at 3:45 on Afternoons LA. I will detail more about how you get this money, and then I'm back alive with Purple and on the evenings at 7 o'clock. All people under second stimulus package can get rent, utilities, internet, and food. I'll say that again. Rent, utilities, internet, and food. That's about anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. Now, some people it's been a lot more. Some people it's been a lot more money. And when I say second stimulus, I'm including first stimulus, and I'm also including nonprofit stimulus. That's all viewers. That's including if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, if you're a single mom, if you're a single kid, all of you qualify for those items. Then, let me do the add-on items. If you have children, and the children has to stay home because of school, you can get PEBT, which at the moment looks like it's about $154 a month per child, which over 12 months is $1,000. $1,200, $1,300. Excuse me, those first numbers is actually more. What am I saying? Food benefits. If you've never been on SNAP and you get on SNAP, you can be getting upwards to about $12,000, $10,000 a year if you're a family of 4. Next, the other add-ons under the second stimulus package for some people is you can get an EIDL loan right now. That's SBA.gov. You can get funded in 24, 48 hours. You can get a PPP, which starts as a loan, turns into a grant. And you can also, you go to Fundera, Cabbage, companies like that. And then finally, you can also do enhanced unemployment benefits, which if you've not done it, thank you for the cat. I missed who the cat was. If you've not done those enhanced unemployment benefits, could raise your benefits $1,500 over 20 weeks, 30 weeks, $3,000 over 30 weeks, or $10,000 over 30 weeks. Ultimately, I want you to watch those shows. There was one yesterday. It was it's now trending on YouTube. Your likes are helping. We've changed some stuff on the back end, and your likes are helping. We've been getting very bad rankings for about 3 weeks, and we made some changes on the back ends, and your likes are helping. But keep on doing the likes, because where UFO takes your stimulus check has been ranking #1 for a couple of weeks. So we got to get the UFO out of there, because who cares about the UFO? If you want to help and you do all these things and you can't find it, then reach out to the volunteers. The volunteers are in the pinned comment to this video, in the description, and also at the top of the chat. They're at news.la.com/community. When you reach out to them, say what city and state you're from, what you need help with. What I want you to understand is that if you reach out to a volunteer, give them a little bit of time. Give them about a day or 2 days for them to respond. There's been a big surge. They're really surging again, and they were doing about 30 people a day. I think they're up to about 100 now a day. So give them a little bit of time. What I want you to know about, and what I want you to focus on as we start the new day, is you can get money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, money right now. I don't want you to give up on advocacy. We don't roll over. But I don't want you to sit around and spend your days typing about how no one cares about you, how Congress forgot about you, how the president forgot about you. I don't want you to spend your time and mental energy on dwelling on rants about how no one cares about you. I care about you. Someone just said again, they don't care. I don't want you to spend your time focusing on how people don't care. I want you to focus on getting money. The way there's a commercial out there. I don't want to endorse commercials, but there's a commercial out there that says, don't dwell, get even. How do you get even? You get money. How do you get even with these politicians who did not care? Because we know they didn't care. How do you get even with politicians who don't care? You get money from something else that they provided under the second stimulus package. Get even, get money. Stop dwelling on the negative. Turn the negative into a positive and get even with them by getting money from something else. Don't be that person staying at home being depressed because they forgot about you. Get even and get $5, $10, $15,000 and churn that negative into a positive, and you will be on your way. 2021 is going to be a financially more stable year for you. I know it will be. I'm loving that you tuned in this morning. Join me next on Home Adelaide at 12 noon. I'll be live with that as well. Stay informed, stay focused. Make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.